Welcome. Thanks for joining us here today. We are with Katy Hill with KTHill Consulting. And quick review of the format so everybody knows. We're going to have 7 topics. Katy will have 2 minutes to answer each of these topics. If she doesn't take the 2 minutes, not a big deal. I can add some. I can do follow-up questions. She has opportunities to answer these in a variety of ways. So that way you get to know her a little bit better. And at the very end, she's going to give us the outro. She's going to take us out of here. So that way, if you want to know more information or set up a meeting with her, based on how great her answers are, that gives you the opportunity to do so. Katy, are you ready?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you would be. You'd be fine with this. All right. The first topic is going to be explain your first win as an entrepreneur.
So my first one as an entrepreneur was realizing I was an entrepreneur. I didn't think I was. I found myself out of higher education after 20 plus years, and I thought, what next? I don't know that I just want to go back in and do the same thing over again and end up in the same place. I said, but I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm 40 something. I don't know how to start over. I mean, entrepreneurs are risk takers and they do all the things and this and that. And then I started re-examining that and tapping into another side of me and another side of my history. I'm like, well, my grandfather built his own business. He built his own architectural firm. Okay, so I'm not the first in my family to do this. And then I thought, well, I am a risk taker. I go into higher ed organizations on the eve of accreditation visits and take one of the roles that is first up to being scapegoated if it doesn't go well. And I'm like, I got this. So discovering that I was an entrepreneur, I am an entrepreneur, was my first win. Believing it and believing that I could take the 20 years I had in higher ed operations and now bring that to a whole new set of small business owners, small and medium business owners who are established but are looking for that next level, how to get unstuck. That that was a win.
It seems like anything that's not a W-2 these days, like the word entrepreneur used to be such a foreign term. If you look back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, there's no such thing. But it seems like anybody that's not a W-2 right now could be an entrepreneur. Like it is such a huge variety. It is. Sometimes it's really hard for us to find our own path, and you have to. It takes a lot of thought, a little bit of creativity, and some organization. But that's excellent. That's a great. That's a great encouraging. I like that answer to get us started. All right, so we're gonna move right through the next one. The next one is going to be explain your best habit.
Ooh, my best habit. I think it's my decisiveness and not overthinking. I know, strange coming from a data person. I don't get into analysis paralysis. I understand that the data are always imperfect. There's always doubt, there's always risk, there's always unknowns. The thing is, if you freeze, you're never going to go anywhere. I mean, by definition, frozen, stuck, not moving forward. And so, and this is the same discretion I give to everybody, whether it was in higher ed, whether it was, the business that I'm working. It's like, look, don't second guess yourself. You make the best decision based on the information you have at the time and go forward. You've got to trust those guts and those instincts. And so I don't tend to get stuck. I tend to move forward, make mistakes, as we all do. Not everything works, but if you're going to fail, man, fail fast, fail hard, fail quickly so you can get to the next best thing.
So do you help your clients a lot of times look back and analyze those failures? How does that look for you and your clients?
So, yes, so we look backwards in terms of learning, not in terms of shaming or second guessing. And so I usually do just frame it the way I framed. Like, my assumption here is that you made the best decision for you and your business,
Yeah.
given the circumstances, given the information you had at the time. That's my starting assumption. So let's look at what worked, what didn't work, what went well, what the data and information is saying, and then what your gut is telling you. What do you think? Because gut is tapping into your expertise and all that stuff that you can't quite explain, but you just know. So I use it as a springboard to look forward, not with shaming or guilt, but let's take advantage of the
Just do it.
information. I mean, if you failed, we learned what not to do.
Yes, yeah, that's amazing. That's great. Awesome advice. Keep on moving. We're doing really well here. So next, what role do you believe stories play in one's brand?
Stories are so incredibly powerful. Stories are innately human and innately connecting, right? I love sitting down with people when I network, and the first thing if they ask me, "Can I tell you a story?" I'm like, "Yes,
Mhm.
I'm all ears. I'm leaning in."
Yes.
Because stories are how we bring somebody with us. We make them
Mhm.
feel something. We describe our meaning through stories. They are incredibly powerful. I mean, if you think about it, humans used to pass our history to each
Mm.
other through
Yep.
through stories. And one of the most honored places and positions was storyteller, because they are the archivist. They are the keeper of knowledge and history. Stories are knowledge. And so I think story with your brand is incredibly powerful. It's how you connect, it's how you're authentic, it's how you outmaneuver yourself. Don't tell the facts, the figures, the features, the benefits, the here's the work and the plan. Tell the story of
Story.
transformation. Make me see and feel and want to go with you on things. They're key. They're absolutely critical and key.
Okay. Is there a wrong way and a right way to tell a story? Can you tell a wrong story?
Not really. Well, yeah, no, I take that back. Yes.
Yes.
Stay away from
All right.
politics.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from anything that hmm, if people have to ask you to explain why something's funny, it's not a good story. So stay away from
Okay.
those. But then, besides those obvious, I hope, obvious ones, there are ways to tell stories that are more impactful than aren't.
Yeah.
Break it
Okay.
down into three things. Tell your hook, capture attention,
That's it.
tell the feelings, explain the feelings, describe them, describe the meaning to it, and then tie it back to your values or your business message.
That's it.
That's
3 parts.
impactful
Makes it
storytelling.
super easy. Yes, that's awesome. All right, we're keeping this thing going. That's great. I love that answer. Next one is gonna be, how do you avoid burnout? Because we can hustle and we can hustle and we can hustle. How
Okay,
do we avoid burnout?
I don't avoid it all the time, to be perfectly honest. We all
Yeah.
get there. Sometimes all the things become too much. And when I think, ugh, I can't believe I've got all the things and I don't have enough, I'd go, wait a minute. Why am I doing all the things? I shouldn't
Sure.
be doing all the things. So I go, okay, of this week, what did I get done? What didn't I get done?
Okay.
What's the pattern? And so systems. How can I make this simpler? I know that's one of your key things, Billy, is let's keep
Yeah.
this simple, because if it's not simple,
Keep it
you won't keep
simple.
doing it. So how do I
Yes.
simplify? How do I put a system in place? Because I'm a CEO, I'm not an operator. So I need to be doing CEO level moves
Mhm.
and materials, right?
Yep.
So AI is one of those things I lean on. Other people
Okay.
in a team. Even if you're a solopreneur, you have a team. You have other people who can help you. You have networking groups you can try out new intros with. You have great partners that you can go, "Hey, can you test my Stripe and make sure it's right?" Like, you got people to help you. Even if you're a solopreneur, you've got a team. So I rely on the team. I put my systems in place or design a new system, and I remember to keep myself focused where it is. Every once in a while when I'm feeling that burnout, I step away.
Mm.
I step away from the
Okay.
dashboards, the data, the spreadsheets, all the things, because nobody makes $1,000,000 decisions when they're exhausted.
You have, like, an activity? Like, do you go outside? Do you do a walk? Do you just hang out with the family? Like, is there a thing?
I have a few different ways. I love yoga
Okay.
because it's
Oh,
just so
okay.
absorbing. I read
Yeah.
like there's no tomorrow. It's very distracting for me.
That's good.
And then I take my dog out for a walk.
Nice. Nice. Those are good ones. The dogs always keep us healthy and exercised, that's for sure, when they're not barking like crazy.
Yeah, mine does that occasionally.
That one's no how to. Alright, cool, moving on to the next one. What right now, because we always change and adjust, is your favorite marketing strategy?
Ooh, um, my favorite. So the one
Yes.
I love to do the most, my favorite strategy has to be the networking groups I run,
Okay, cool.
because I am an introvert, but seeing other people connect and lean in and make those connections, man, that energizes
Yeah.
me. It makes me feel impactful. And seeing people gather and being able to be part of their business growth, I mean, that's recharging for me. But I network and work through networking and referral. And
Okay.
so being in those networking groups is my best marketing strategy too. So I attend some on the regular. I didn't like not the ones I attend, but I didn't like how some others were run. So I started my own.
Oh,
And
cool.
then
That's great.
I host one, co-host, because I can't do all the things, co-host one in person. And
Oh,
I
that's
love
great.
it. It's so much fun. And it
It's
works.
more
I have so many
it's a
follow-ups.
little more old school, right? All right. So
Old
you're taking
school
a
is the
step
new
back.
school.
You love AI, but you find most of your work in the old school method. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, absolutely. Not absolutely. Absolutely.
So you're one of those old people, old school folks that thinks that like face to face is coming back. It's getting it's or maybe it never left. What do you think?
It's not coming back. It's there and we need it. Again, storytelling in person hits more than storytelling
Mm,
in 2D. We are meant to relate with each other, 2D and versus or 3D versus 2D. One of those things I
mhm.
was learning about during the pandemic is little kids can't learn proper socio-emotional responses if they're
Yeah.
always looking at two-dimensional pictures of people, which is why media is harmful. I don't think that changes a whole lot when we're adults. We need to experience each other in 3 dimensions and the world.
Yeah, face to face. That's good. I'm on board. I mean, I'm living local, so I'm on board. I'm all the way. I'm with you. All right. Next one. So when you're meeting with clients and you're even looking at yourself, what do you consider useful data? What's useful? How do you
Useful.
decide?
Okay. Well, I despise vanity metrics.
Mm,
Likes, followers, email list,
yeah.
even your revenue is a vanity metric.
Mm,
The real
mm,
things that drive growth and profit are the points at which you are converting into profit. So the one I pay attention to most for my business is conversion. Conversion tells me so much. Am I getting in front of the right people? Am I getting the right referrals? Am I finding the right audiences? Is my messaging connecting them to get them to me? Do I have the right pain points? Do I have the right transformation? Am I delivering it in the right way? And then how's my sales going? Because there's sales when you have to. You can't get around it. I know sales kind of sounds like a bad word. It's not 4 letters,
it's
but
gotta happen.
close.
It's gotta
But
happen.
then, do I have all the pieces? Is the pipeline, the funnel, the flow, and is everything fitting together? If conversion isn't happening, something's broken along the way. Or if it's not what I
Mm.
want, what can I do to enhance it? Because there is no profit, there is no revenue, there's nothing without conversion. That's where it starts.
So what is some of the biggest holes when you meet with clients? What is a common hole that you see? What's like, hey, I'm seeing this more often than not.
So I see leaks in three primary places: visibility, conversion, and leverage.
Got it.
Right now, everybody, I mean, how many times have you heard this, Billy, from people? If I just had more clients, everything would
Mhm.
be okay. But
Yes.
it's not,
Yeah.
because there are holes in your visibility. You can have all the clients you want, but if you're leaking money, if you're leaking profit, more clients is just more work without changing your revenue.
It's like rowing the boat faster if there's a hole in the bottom, right?
Yes.
All right. So next one and the last one for here today, and then we're gonna have you take us out is how do you build confidence?
How do
We're in
I
a
build
area where
confidence?
people are like imposter syndrome and things of that nature. How do you
Yeah.
defeat that?
Honestly, I don't think it's an era. I think we've been here for a while. People, I think, are just a little more comfortable expressing it. So that's a positive. But building confidence, it comes down to, and my take is probably a bit different being a white female than if I were have different lived experiences, but knowing your worth. When you know your worth and what you truly bring as value, and you step into that and own it, you walk with a confidence, you talk with a confidence, you make offers with a confidence, you
Mm.
connect with people with a confidence that is just irresistible to others, right? Undervaluing, hesitating, apologizing, hedging. Those are not a good look on anyone. I don't know about you, but I don't want to hire somebody to help me with a challenge who's like, well, Um, would it be okay if it could be that, and I don't mean, would it be okay if we were to take this? This is what I'm laying out for us. Does that sound okay? It's very
Yeah.
different than, would it be okay if we tried this? It,
Mm.
so knowing your worth and the value you deliver and the transformations you make happen, that is the number one step, whether it's for me or whether it's for the clients I work with. Helping them know, understand, and step into to own their worth. That's the foundation of it all.
Do you do role playing stuff with them? Especially if you see them struggling with the confidence?
I don't do the role playing. That's a great
Okay.
suggestion. I should take that up.
Uh,
But I have them monitor their language and I have them
mm,
restate it with power and authority instead of I'm hoping to, I will, I am.
mm. Just some
It
adjustments, just a tweak of a couple of words.
it makes a difference.
All right, awesome. All right, so if you have loved all the things Katie have talked about and these topics here today, it's just a little speck of all of our knowledge and information. Katie, I think I have you carry us out and do the outro. We're going to do your elevator pitch, as we call it, generically called the elevator pitch, and our call to action for the audience. Because again, the Live Local Marketing Podcast is about you and featuring you. So, yeah, take us out.
Okay. So one thing you need to know about me is I'm Katy Hill and profit is my love language. I want to help your business become fluent. The goal of my business is to help established service owners trade that overwhelm for momentum and start making CEO level moves that actually compound results. So if you're still winging it, man, it is time to retire those wings and step into command. The system I work with is called strategic precision, and it is all about decisive execution, aligned offers, and profit that sticks. Please, I would love to continue this conversation and have you connect with me on LinkedIn as Katy Hill, or you can reach me at KTHill Consulting at gmail.com. Let's make you fluent in profit.
Obviously, you've practiced that a bunch. That's really good. That was awesome. Katie, thank you for your time here today. That's amazing. I'm going to get you in front of our audience, and I hope we get some calls and people get a chance to continue to pick your brain about how they can improve their business. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.